Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So I've been getting a lot of messages, a lot of DMs regarding the Eid prayer. Am I allowed to pray Eid prayer at home? Am I not allowed to pray it at home? Can I pray it in congregation with my family members? Or can I pray it individually? And so on. In a nutshell, the Sunnah of the Eid prayer is actually to pray outside in the open. However, if there's a valid reason or excuse why a person cannot pray it outside, then inshallah they are allowed to pray it within the masjid. Now, our situation of lockdown, where we're not allowed to go outside and all of the masajid are closed as well, then inshallah we are allowed to pray within our homes. So there's a difference of opinion with this issue. However, the situation is flexible. So if you do want to pray at home, then you can inshallah. So imagine, today's a day of Eid, a day of celebration, a day of happiness and a day of fun. You have to wake up early, have a nice shower, wear some cologne, wear some nice new clothes, eat some nice breakfast. And by the way, all these things are actually the sunnah of our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him. We also need to make sure that we pay Zakatul Fitr before the prayer and also increase in the recitation of the takbeerat, glorifying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is the takbeerat? It's when you say, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahil hamd. So this is to be recited on the day of Eid from the time of Fajr Salah until the time that you pray the Salah of Eid. So what time are you meant to pray the Eid prayer? So you pray roughly half an hour after sunrise, so half an hour after Fajr Salah has ended, and you've got all the way until just before the start of Zawal time, which is before Dhuhr. Zawal is when the sun is at its highest peak in the sky. So you've got from half an hour after sunrise roughly, after Fajr, and then all the way until just before the start of Zawal time, before Dhuhr. The Eid Salah has no adhan and no iqamah, and the Salah itself is Sunnah mu'akkada, which means that within your intention, you will intend that you are praying 2 rak'ah of Sunnah Salatul Eid. And again, the rak'ah is only 2. You only pray 2 rak'ah. So how do you actually perform the Eid prayer? It's very simple. But before I go into the actual actions, I need to clarify 2 definitions. One is takbiratul ihram and 2, takbiratul qiyam. What is takbir? First of all, takbir is when you say Allahu Akbar. Takbiratul ihram is the takbir that you say to start your prayer. So when the imam starts and says Allahu Akbar, this first takbir is called takbiratul ihram. The second takbiratul qiyam is when somebody has finished the first rak'ah and they're rising and getting up from sajda and they're just about to start the second rak'ah. This Allahu Akbar that they say as they're getting up is called takbiratul qiyam. According to the Shafi'i Madhab, the Imam will recite 7 extra takbeers after takbiratul ihram in the first rak'ah, and after those takbeers, he will recite Surah Fatiha and a surah. And in the second rak'ah, he will recite 5 extra takbeers after takbiratul qiyam, and after those takbeers, he will recite Surah Fatiha and another surah before ending the prayer like normal. According to the Hanbali and the Maliki Madhab, the Imam will recite 6 extra takbeers after takbiratul ihram in the first rak'ah, and he will recite 5 extra takbeers after takbiratul qiyam in the second rak'ah. And according to the Hanafi Madhab, the Imam will recite 3 extra takbeers after takbiratul ihram in the first rak'ah. However, in the second rak'ah, things are slightly different within the Hanafi Madhab, where after takbiratul qiyam, the Imam will recite Surah Fatiha and then a surah. Then after this surah, the Imam will recite 3 extra takbeers. After the 3 extra takbeers, the Imam will go into ruku' by saying Allahu Akbar a 4th time before ending the salah like normal. The additional takbeers within the Eid prayer is sunnah, which means if you forgot them entirely, or you read too many takbeers, or you read less takbeers than you were meant to, it's fine inshallah. Your salah is accepted bi-idhnillah. You don't need to repeat your prayer, and neither do you have to do the sajda for forgetfulness, inshallah. The khutbah for the Eid prayer is meant to be performed after the salah, but the khutbah in and within itself is sunnah for the Eid prayer, so inshallah it can be left out. So guys, have a great Eid, have lots of fun, have an amazing celebration, inshallah. I know most of us are feeling very down. We're not allowed to go out. We're not allowed to go to our family members, but make the most of it. Just have lots and lots of fun and go all out with the celebration in the halal way, of course. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.